What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. Book is entitled Lessons from a Non-Custodial Father at Amazon, Kindle, and Create Space. A link could be in the description box below as usual. Go get it. PayPal link there also. They asked me to put it up, so I put it up. Thanks everybody for supporting. But this video is entitled The Lazy Lover and the Selfish Lover. So I met up with a friend today for lunch. We started talking in life in general, and then relationships came up. So the conversation partially goes where, people are complaining about why things are not working out. And, I was like, well, from the people I've hung around the most that are in happy marriages, that's their best friend. Everybody else wants everybody else to be together. This seems like a misery love company situation. But what keeps popping up is either you got a lazy lover or a selfish lover. I'm not talking sexually per se. I'm talking about in practice and ideology. So you got people who are lazy. They don't want to do anything for their partner. Like you got in a relationship, you want to be in, and this is part of being double-minded. People want to be in relationships with people and be lazy. And people want to be in relationships with people but be selfish, and then wonder why it doesn't work out, which is ridiculous. So you got folks who are, I don't want to do nothing. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. I don't, I just don't feel like it. I'm not in the mood. Really. So it's like, okay, so let me get this right. You want to be in a relationship where you don't do anything because you don't feel like doing anything. But here's the problem. It's under the assumption that the other person wants to always do the things that make the relationship function and make the other person happy all the time. They don't. So you got people who are lazy who want to do stuff when they feel like it, which the problem with that is just like in life. Lazy people don't get much out of life because they spent so much time being lazy about all the things they didn't do or didn't want to do or didn't feel like doing, or they'll put it off on another time. It just wasn't on their agenda. So it happens the same way when you get with people, because we talked about, infidelity and cheating. I was like, some people cheat because the person that they're with is just lazy. Like, think about it. We have people who, you're the man in this relationship. You're the woman in this relationship. So you're supposed to do X, Y, and Z. That's your role. Now, you don't want to fully fulfill your role because you don't feel like doing it when another person is dependent on you handling your responsibility in that role. But what you do want is you want them to be consistent. So you get to be lazy, which, to a degree just means you're inconsistent or wishy-washy, you're flaky. You're doing stuff when you feel like it, and this other or when you want to, but this other person is supposed to be consistent. So you can be consistently inconsistent, and they need to be consistent to make sure everything works out well. And then you wonder why there's somebody else. You wonder why, we don't vibe like we used to because your ass is lazy. It's unattractive. Who wants to, and this is, sometimes lazy people are demanding. I want this. I want that. I want you to do this. You need to do that. And then you're like, well, what are you doing? Well, I'm just not in the mood. I just don't feel like it. I just. It's like, okay, this is going to be over. And we was clowning about that because I was telling them about stories of the people I know and I've come across who, they were lazy lovers. And then when the person left, they had to deal with the real world. And they found out how much everything they didn't do in a relationship. And they also found out everything the other person did do. And then they realized, they would have been much better off in life if they would have got off their lazy ass and did more. Even in a relationship. Because now they're dealing with people who have their same characteristics. So what you want to do? You're stuck, right? You're stuck. And this is part part of where people like, they don't like 50-50 relationships. I was laughing. I was like, sometimes if you're a lazy lover, you all you can handle, like, you need a 50-50 relationship, because if somebody else does all the heavy lifting, they're gonna do it. They're gonna be in a relationship on their own, and all you're gonna do is just kick your feet up and act entitled, like you should be spoiled and taken care of, and they need to do this, do that, and it's gonna ultimately torpedo the relationship, because it's only one person in the relationship. You got a workhorse and a fucking person who won't lift a finger. Not gonna work. So then transition, like, some people are selfish. Now, my friend was talking about, selfishness is a part of the human condition. I'm like, yeah, but just, are human beings selfish? Yeah, but self-preservation is the law of the land, not selfishness. Because a person who knows how to be selfish also knows how to be selfless. That's the part of humanity also. So, we chopping it up, whatever. And I was like, what winds up happening, my opinion, what I'm saying right now, I'm not going to say their opinion per se like that, but I don't think they want me to say their opinion. So that's why I'm not. But, I'm like, well, here's the thing. When you're selfish and you want to be in a relationship, that's double-minded, because a relationship takes two people in a partnership working together as a team. So you're not looking for a relationship, you're looking for a servant, because you out for self. So you want to meet somebody to do more stuff for you, so you can spend more time being selfish and doing you. And thus, there is no relationship. And it was like, yeah, it was like, yeah, I get that. Because I want you to do this. You need to do this. You need to do that. And just like I said, the lazy person is demanding. The selfish person is demanding. One is demanding because they don't want to lift a finger. One is demanding because they want you to do all the things that keep whatever the situation is afloat, so they can do what they want to do. You're holding down their fort while they go do whatever. And, and it sparked because I worked out this morning. I was talking to a guy at the gym about, guys out here want to be players. You want to be a cheater, but you got to accept your woman going to cheat too if you out here cheating. If you out for self and she get tired of it, she going to be out for self. What's the big deal? And he said, homeboy said, the guy was like, well, I'm a man, I could do that. Like, and what the hell does that mean? Just because you a man, you can fuck over your woman, and she's not gonna do nothing about it. And that's what me and my friend was talking about that later today. Like, this is the dumb stuff that people think. Like, if you have a family member and you play them, there's gonna be consequences. If you have a friend and you play them, there's gonna be consequences. So if you have a lover, a spouse, and you play them, there's going to be consequences. There's no, well, I'm a man, I could do it, or I'm a woman, I could do it. No, you're going to pay for that. That's just natural. But that's part of being a selfish lover. You think, you are absolved of consequence, which is stupid, but, looking at society, there's a lot of stupid people. But that's the thing, what winds up happening is you want what you want, and you want them to be what you want. And the reason I'm talking about this is because it's kind of with a story about, I know some people who are lazy lovers, and I know some people who are selfish lovers, and they really didn't want to be in relationships where they had to work or they had to be selfless. But they got imprisoned by the very same thing that they were doing. See, when you become, if you don't want to do anything for anybody, at some point you might feel like you're getting over because people are doing stuff for you and you ain't doing nothing. But at some point, you're going to be imprisoned by being lazy, and people are not going to have time. As you grow, you get older, you ain't got time to be around somebody who's lazy. Just that energy and that gene is like, get away from me. Same thing with selfishness. You know, if you out for self all the time, go be out for self. You could be out for self on your own, right? And that, you know, when you make a lazy person force, their own laziness forces them to work for themselves. A selfish person's selfishness force them to be selfish to a degree where, because nobody's gonna deal with them, and everybody's gonna see them coming a mile away. You know, and the reason I was talking about that is because some people, you know, not some of the people I know who are lazy lovers, they don't want to be lazy anymore, but that's all they really know. You know, some of the people who are selfish lovers, they don't want to be selfish anymore, but that's all they really know. And they know, you know, you hit an age where people are not gonna love you into, I'm gonna stay with you and love you to be a hard working lover. I'm gonna love you enough to be a selfless lover, and you're selfish. Nobody know. You know, at this particular point in life, you are who you are, and bye. You know, if you lazy, I'll be around your lazy ass at my convenience. I'm not doing nothing for you. If you're selfish, I'll be around your selfish ass at my convenience. And I ain't doing shit, and you gonna do shit for yourself. You know, because I know I ain't getting nothing out of it, right? So, you know, what wound up happening is, thinking about it, you know, a lot of people don't want to admit, you know, because you got people out here mad who they got cheated on, or mad they got left, or mad they got, or mad, even if to a degree, I hate to say this, but mad they may have got abused, whether it be physically or verbally. But somebody just got tired of your shit because you was either lazy or selfish, and they either left you, found somebody new, or blew up on you. I mean, because the pattern goes from relationship to relationship. If you don't fix that, you're gonna see the same thing happen over and over again, and then it's not the people, it's you. So that's all I gotta say about that. Like, share, subscribe. I hate saying it. I'm gonna keep saying I hate saying it. So we out on this one. Bye.